Cancers, it's Nick. I hope you guys are doing good. For all my Cancers, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, men and women, we're now covering January 24th till the 30th, so creeping into the last few weeks of January. And for this week, guys, on the 24th, so Monday, or depending where you are in the world, we have Mars, the planet of action intentions, is going into Capricorn. So, and there's a lot of Capricorn energy in the sky right now. So when it comes to our passions, motivations, desires, we're gonna have that like willpower and endurance to like go through it and take action and do things that maybe we didn't have as much motivation or energy to do. So this is going to be a great time to get work done or start on projects or complete tasks, but really, get the hard stuff done first. This energy is going to be helping us. So if you need to study, do work, anything in any kind of action, this is going to be a good time for that. But Mars is exalted in Capricorn, so this could make us sometimes go overboard or could get us to work too hard where we become exhausted and burnt out. So just find a little bit of balance. But I think overall, if you use this in the right way, you'll get a lot of things done at this time. Okay. And then on the 26th, I believe, we have Mercury still in retrograde, but it's going to be shifting from Aquarius to Capricorn. So a lot of Capricorn energy. So the way we're thinking and communicating and expressing ourselves in a more direct, practical, logical, cutthroat kind of way, like get this done, no ifs, no buts, non-emotional. Okay, so good for business and work, maybe always not the best for relationships and stuff like that, although it could be good because it's like what you see is what you get, and there's no like funny business involved. Okay, and then on the 29th, we have Venus, the planet of love, entering or going direct. So it was in retrograde, so now it's finally going direct. So, and it's in Capricorn, so much Capricorn energy, so cardinal earth. So with this energy, I feel like this is us practically seeing the reality of the people, places, things that we love and desire, reflecting back and be like, okay, I understand, or I see why this didn't work out, or why I didn't get that thing that I wanted, or seeing, okay, is this really what I needed or what I wanted? And seeing the reality of it, just being realistic about it. Like, okay, yeah, I didn't really need that, and that's why I didn't get it. Or I want this, and this is what I need to do to get this thing, person, place, thing, whatever it is. Okay, so very realistic, practical, logical energies in the sky right now. So right now you don't want to be too lost in your feelings and emotions. You want to kind of see the reality of everything, because this will mean you're aligned with the energies in the sky at this time. Okay, which could be a little bit hard for you guys since this is your opposite sign. So, be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself. Just know that if you're not feeling, you're feeling kind of off, it's probably because there's so many opposite energies in the sky with towards you. Okay, but it'll pass, Cancers. Okay. All right, so we're going to be covering a little bit of health, work, and love. I'll have the link to the extended reading below in the description box as a part 2 continuation if you're interested afterwards, okay? All right, so my beautiful Cancerians, when it comes to your health, I feel like this is going to be a week where you kind of want a breather, or you're going to maybe get a chance to finally take a breather, but it feels like you need a mental break, or you just need to like go outside, get some fresh air, or maybe unplug. You may feel like I need to just unplug, get off social media for a little bit, or just like not talk to anyone, be unavailable, put my phone on mute, on airplane mode, which I highly suggest. If you're feeling overwhelmed, sometimes you just need to like stop and do nothing for a little bit. It doesn't mean like stop living, but maybe an hour or something out of your day, or whenever you have time, just unplug, just like do nothing and don't think about anything. I feel like that's going to really help you at this time, especially if you're feeling like mentally overwhelmed, or you're just like super anxious, or you feel super stressed or like overwhelmed for no reason. Or maybe you have a lot of things going on, whatever the case is, whether you do or you don't, it feels like you need a breather. You need a little bit of a break. So maybe just unplug a little bit, get some rest. And as you do that, you'll start to feel a little bit better. You'll start to feel lighter. You'll have more creativity. You'll have more space, more room to talk and have conversations and express yourself. But your mental health is really important at this time. So make sure you're resting, not just like physically resting, getting rest, but also mentally. You're unplugging from things. You're not getting too overwhelmed, because if we're not good mentally, it's going to reflect in all other areas of our life. Okay, so take a breather, rest, unplug if you need to for a little bit, okay? Doesn't mean like shut everything out of your world, but temporarily, you kind of, sometimes it helps us just recharge, you know, like re-energize ourselves. Your friends and family who love you will understand, okay? All right, so when it comes to your work, school, career, and finances, I feel like there's a lot of distractions, a lot of things going on. Maybe you have a lot of projects taking place, or you have school and meetings and this going on. So you're like, oh my gosh, you may feel like you're multitasking a lot. And granted, some of us maybe are really great multitaskers, but sometimes it can be hard to give your 100% when you're like octopusing arms all over the place, right? So if you find yourself like you have no choice, you got to do all these things at once, just take it step at a time. Don't get too overwhelmed, but also be mindful that you're not saying yes or over promising to too many things, too many responsibilities, too many people, and maybe you're not able to complete or get everything done or make that meeting or make that call on time. Sometimes it's better to like, what's the phrase? Under promise and over deliver, because I feels like here you may be over promising or extending yourself too far, not because you're trying to lie or anything, but I think you're trying to do too much. So you may find yourself doing too much or saying yes to too many things. So just be mindful of that. But I feel like there could be also a lot of distractions. There could be people, places, friends, I don't know, who are like, hey, let's go do this or let's do that. And you're like, I have things to do. So just be mindful of what your priorities are. Get your priorities straight. Make sure you have your agenda, your notes, everything written out so you don't get distracted, okay? Especially if you know you're someone that gets easily distracted, try to like physically remove all those distractions when you know you need to get a lot of things done, okay? All right. And when it comes to your love, relationships, and dating, on your side here, we have Ace of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Two of Cups. All right, and then on this other side, for this other person, this can be the past, present, or future situation, or all three, all the above. And yes, it applies whether you're single, in a relationship, married, divorced, situationship, friends with benefits. You don't know what's going on. It's okay. It's just the energies. Take what fits, leave the rest out. It'll give you an overview. Okay, so on this side for this person, we have the World, High Priestess, and the Six of Cups. All right, so you could be dealing with a Pisces or another water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, like yourself. Or honestly, it doesn't have to be. It could be any sign, but it could just be the energy this person is embodying or playing out. So it feels like there is an emotional connection here with someone that's deeper than just surface level. This is probably someone you already know or you've connected with, past just like, hi, my name is this, and like you guys know each other, you're familiar with each other now. And maybe this person is at a distance from you, or maybe they're from a different place, like a different town, city, state, country, continent, or you guys met or have been talking online on social media, dating apps, Zoom, Skype, WhatsApp, whatever, all those platforms. Or they could be maybe a different background, maybe they're a different ethnicity, race, religion, culture, speak a different language, or they just look completely different. You have different lifestyles. Whatever the case is, your two worlds have come together for a reason, for a purpose. I do feel like this person is really intuitive, kind of can read you really well. They pick up on your energy, you guys, and that's probably one of the reasons why you connected, okay? They kind of just understand you, and they're more of an observer. They could be more introverted or more of a quiet, reserved, conservative type of person, but they like to listen. I feel like they're a good listener, and someone who you feel like has compassion. Like they try to understand you. They may not know like everything you went through, but they try to understand you, they hear you out, and you feel comfortable around this person, okay? They're a really good listener, and they can pick up on your energy really, really well, okay? I feel like here that you've had the opportunity, or maybe you currently have the opportunity for a potential relationship or a connection to bloom between the two of you. And I feel like you've had this opportunity many times, I think, maybe with other people, but for whatever reason, it was always hard for you. Maybe it's still hard for you to fully give yourself to someone. Like, and I don't mean physically, right? Because like sexual and stuff like that, I feel like it's easier than actually giving your heart, your soul to someone. That is a lot harder. Anyone can give their body away. Not saying you should do that, but it feels like internally, spiritually, emotionally, it's been hard for you to like give your full self to someone, if you know what I mean. I know you guys know what I mean. And you may not understand why that is. You're like, man, this person's great. Like, we connect. They seem really cool. They're a good person. But like, why? It's like, I want to, but my heart won't let me. And I think it's like subconsciously, maybe without you intentionally doing this, you push it away because you're still holding on, or you're still carrying some hurt, some pain from your past that you maybe thought you kind of forgot about, or you thought has gone away, but it's still there. It hasn't fully healed. And it doesn't mean it can't heal, because it will, but you may have tried to move on a little bit too fast without really taking some time for yourself to like filter it all out and get all the gunk, all that stuff out of there, right? It's like someone who showers, but they still got a little bit of soap in their hair. It's like they didn't get it all out. They almost did. It's like almost clean, but they didn't get all the soap out. So there's still little bubbles here and there. And you're like, I gotta go back and get that all out. So that's what I feel like. You just gotta do a little bit more rinsing off and you'll get that out. But there's still some kind of internal pain or wound or trauma that you're still holding on to that you can still get rid of. But you gotta be aware that it's still there, because that's preventing you from really moving forward with someone and opening up. And you know, people can feel that, and they may not know why or like what's going on, but a lot of times people can sense that maybe I feel like this person's not giving them their all, or they get mixed feelings, or they're not sure if you like them or not, because you're still holding on to something from your past or a wound that you haven't fully let go of. So I think if you ask yourself, if you're honest with yourself, if this is resonating with you, there is some kind of wound or heartbreak that maybe you haven't fully filtered out of, or you haven't fully let go of yet, that's kind of sabotaging your potential relationships here. Because there is a connection here. Maybe there's been multiple, I think for many of you, you've had multiple opportunities to move on and to be with someone who's potentially really great for you, but you were never able to like jump in. You were always like, like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And this person here can sense that, or they can maybe can feel that you're not giving your full self. There's something maybe you're hiding, or you're not being as transparent about. And not that you don't want to be, it's just, it's hard for you to give your full self when you're not entirely healed and whole within you, okay? And I feel like this is someone who wants to understand you. They want to know where your wounds are, what's hurting you, what your pain is, because we've all had disappointments. We've all gone through pain, but at least if they're aware of it, they know where to start. They know where to start loving you, what your insecurities are, so I can make sure that I nurture those things and I highlight all the great aspects about yourself so you don't have to deal with those wounds alone. Okay, I feel like this is someone who could be a great friend for you. Maybe they're like low-key like a counselor or therapist, or it feels that way when you're talking with them. It just feels like they really want to take care of you, like they understand you. So this can be a friendship right now, or it feels like you don't want to ruin it, because you almost feel like this person is such a good friend that you're afraid that if you let it go forward, that you can lose potentially a friend that you don't want to lose. It's weird, okay? And I feel like there's maybe this person kind of reminds you, or there's some traits or some things that they do or say that reminds you of your past, and I think that kind of tends to trigger you or gets you scared a little bit. But that's just because, again, there are wounds from your past you haven't fully let go of yet. But I think if you open your heart and you just kind of take it day by day, you don't have to rush into anything. Just start as friends, talk to each other, but don't hide, don't hide your pain. Just be open, transparent, right? Because if you want someone to be open and honest with you, you got to be open and honest as well, right? We can't expect an energy we're not willing to give. Reciprocity, balance, okay? But I do feel like there's potential here. It doesn't mean there's not going to be ups and downs and struggles, but I feel like there's potential here. The only thing I feel like is you holding back and needing to go through that healing process and journey before you fully dive into something. But if you could be honest about it, I feel like they would really respect that. Okay, and I do feel like this is someone who would understand you. They're not going to be like, oh my gosh, like, or stop talking to you. They'll understand, like, okay, yeah, no worries, I respect that. Like, I'm glad you told me, or I'm glad you're being honest about it. I feel like they would understand it, because they seem to be someone who's really open-minded, really tolerant. They've maybe went through a lot of things, or they just are very mature. Okay, all right, so we're going to be diving in deeper in the extended to get more information to see where their energy is at, what are they thinking, what are they feeling when it comes to you, what they don't want you to know that maybe you should know, and what the next action move will be towards you, and then also your advice. So we'll continue on an extended, link will be below. Hopefully I'll see you there. If not, I'll see you for our next reading. Take care and wish you guys all the best. Bye.